Welcome to another episode of Football with Ikram. Today we have our usual guest Nabil, and today we're just going to discuss a few things that happened in the last game week with the City game, a few things that we spotted, a few controversial topics about Rashford and Garnacho not being in the matchday squad, um, Mount's injury woes, and maybe we'll touch a few on the other games as well. Maybe a few things from the Arsenal side and maybe in the Chelsea side as well. So yes, Nabil, what were
Yeah.
your what are your insights on the
Okay.
Manchester derby? Let's have it.
So it was an extremely enjoyable game of football, especially for me since we won the game. And like there's very few things I could say that didn't go well, that I didn't enjoy. I enjoyed most of the game. I enjoyed the energy put in from the players. I enjoyed the little interplay. I enjoyed the pressing. I don't think they put a foot wrong. Obviously we could have avoided conceding from another set piece. But all in all, an incredible performance from the boys. And I love the fact that, unlike other Manchester derbies where we have to rely on hitting them on the counter, like we actually stood toe to toe with them this time around. And people could say they're not on form or anything like that, but we've not been on the best form either. So it
Yeah,
was a very, very interesting match, and it was a deserved win for United.
I mean I agree with you. And speaking of form, I think Man City's form is the only reason why if we had either drawn or lost that match, I wouldn't have been too happy. Because if
Yeah,
you see, they've won just one, and the rest have been either draws or losses.
mostly losses. Yeah,
And they played Juventus in the Champions League during the week, and
yeah.
Juventus' form has been poor as well. They've drawn like the last four games, and like their only
hmm
win is against City. So I'm like, why would you reach out? I thought that we are not going to have a piece of slice of the cake as well. So
Everybody is chopping 3 points.
exactly, to Norwich, like that was what I was really focused on. Not so much about winning the game because we deserve to win or something. I mean, going into that match and looking at it, we tried to maintain that possession in the first half. Was a bit
Yeah,
slow, was a bit boring. And if you had seen like my tweets for my analysis for the first half, is that we just need to increase the tempo more because Man City are not doing anything special. Yes, they got the goal and it wasn't a set piece. And if you see the stats for this season, we've considered the most
I think
set
second
piece.
most.
It's second most or most.
The
But I
second
know that
most.
40% of the goals that we've conceded are from set pieces.
Yeah,
That's like a really poor start. That's somewhere that we need to improve on. And if we do improve on
as soon
that,
as possible.
it just goes up from there, hopefully, and then obviously improving in the attacking department as well,
Yeah,
being able to convert. But I, I think something that I want to mention are like key standout players in
yeah.
that match. Don't think we need to talk too much about Ahmad because that's like obviously
Like
you've had a
there's nothing
conversation
to
about
say
this
again.
season. Like, there is nothing so much to say. Obviously, his drive, his the passion that he has to win the ball back. I mean, if you
Yeah,
see that control that he did for him
bruh,
to score the second goal, like that's
incredible.
that's that's just some dedication. Like, and I was really really impressed.
And
But
like it shows like there's incredible potential there. Cause like
yes,
see, I love the fact that it was even Henry that highlighted it, and he pointed out how much of quality went into bringing that ball down like over
bring
the
that
keeper
ball
and
down. Yeah,
then putting it in the net. Fantastic.
yeah, and then yeah. I mean, that's Ahmad just being Ahmad.
Precisely.
I think someone else that I wanted to mention is Maguire. And
Yeah.
if you remember when I dropped my preferred XI, I put Maguire there. Some people were like, oh, why not Lenny Euro? A lot of people in their preferred XI, they had Lenny Euro there. I'm like, it's a back three. A back three
Yeah.
will favor Maguire. There will
Mm.
be someone to cover up for him
Yeah.
always. You see, there were times where Martinez was going all the way forward, where he was man marking De Bruyne in their own half. That's
Yeah.
how far Martinez, went forward, but it was still covered, and Maguire had Dele by his side as well. So it's it's a system that favors Maguire, and I'm like, maybe Leniero can just be eased into it and just improve. And even when he came on Euro, he still played well. He was still solid. It was still okay. I mean, nothing
Yeah.
out of the ordinary, but he wasn't bad. You
Yeah, it
get
was solid for the
he
20
was
minutes he
yeah.
played.
Who again? Delete. It's become boring now. That
Consistency,
he's
man.
just so good consistently that it's just seen as a normal thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just seen as normal thing. Like yeah, there's nothing special that he
I
has
was going
done.
to mention
Meanwhile,
that as well.
him being able to anticipate danger is what makes the game easy for him. It doesn't allow the danger to come in first. You get
Yeah, he
so
spots you quickly. His awareness is incredible, and then his aggressiveness, the
exactly
physicality. There was this
as well.
ball
So he
that
won't
came
do
in.
stress. He will not allow you to push him
He's not
around.
allowing you, and he's intercepting passes. He's marking people like close marking from behind. Nah,
Exactly.
he's fantastic, and his passing is also very underrated.
Who else?
Ugarte,
Um, who?
Ugarte.
Yes, Ugarte as well. So, that's the thing with United fans is that they don't give people the chance. As long as I didn't support Tag at the end. Um, him saying Ugarte needs to be eased in was a right decision because you can see when he was just thrown into it in the game against 20, which should have been a game that we should have won. He didn't still like impress, which proved the point that it's a different pace that he's used to, and he has to
Yeah,
like blend
but
into it. Yeah,
I'll
20
counter
is
that. I'll
yeah.
counter that and say I
hmm
think it was more of the tactics that didn't suit him, not him needing to like a long time to like get used to the football.
But he played against Leicester, the game that we won 5-2, didn't he?
Uh, uh, no, that was under Rude now, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was under Rude,
That's what I'm trying
yes.
to tell you now.
And
There
that
was
still
a
goes back to
difference.
my point that there wasn't any difference in the
No,
tactics
no, no,
that
no, no. There was clearly a difference in the midfield between before and after, before
oh
Ten
my
Hag and after
god,
Ten Hag.
not this
But we're
again.
not getting into that today. But there was a difference.
Not this again. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But I get where you're coming from.
yeah. Regarding Mount, it's just very, very unfortunate that
Honestly,
he just can't get
because he
a
started
run
up
of
so well.
play. Because when he came, you can see that the talent is there, and when it is getting to that point where he would actually start contributing in terms of goal and assist, when he's getting used to the game, when he's trying to push his body to do more, then he gets injured again. Because I think he is just trying to manage himself. And then when he thinks everything is going back to normal, and then, okay, it's time for me to start getting goals or assists,
Hmm.
then then
Like he has not
we
even been
call
able
it
to
a
like
relapse.
play a full 90 since he was at Chelsea.
it's it's
It's
it's it's
crazy.
very sad and very unfortunate, and I feel for the guy, to be honest, because it's
Yeah.
not as if he doesn't know how to play and like, oh, we are taking like a huge loss or anything. It's just very unfortunate. Similar
Hmm.
thing with Luke Shaw, and
Yeah.
they just keep going back, and it's just sad.
Yeah.
Regarding Rashford and Garnacho.
Tell us about your little conspiracy theory that is probably true.
So okay, yeah, my question, the theory that I had is Amorim released like uh
Team sheet.
different exercise, different options, and
Yeah.
that was how he was able to narrow out who the leak was. And I don't think he just tried it for the first time against City. I think what happened was, I mean, it probably has been happening. Like he has been releasing different different like lineups, and it was just getting different results. And then this time he probably tried something different. Maybe he sent the same exercise to two people or three people, and then he was just narrowing his options down.
Yeah.
You get
Who the
to try and
potential
like
leaker might
to be
be.
able to point it out, to be able, because I'm like because it could backfire is that their teammates, so they'll probably confirm from themselves, and according to like some reports is that they get the lineups through like a group chat.
Yeah.
So if you get your lineup and you see yourself, you just reach out to your teammates like DM, be like, oh, I see that I'm beside you. You get that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that was a possibility. The possibility is that they could have reached out to themselves, but So he probably tested it. Well, that's just like conspiracy theory. I'm not saying it happened, but it's just an idea. And
Yeah.
he claimed that it's not just about training, it's not just about performance as
And
well.
yeah,
That
he said it wasn't a disciplinary issue either.
yeah, it
That
was
he
a
just didn't feel
disciplinary
they
issue
were
as
ready.
well. Exactly. And he made the example of Johnny Evans. Said Johnny Evans is not injured, he's not sick.
Yeah,
He performed very well in training, but he's not in the squad. Why didn't they mention Johnny Evans? You get so.
exactly.
And what one thing that I was really happy about with that decision is that both the Garnacho fans and Rashford fans did not have the last laugh because they were probably waiting to say, "Oh,
It's
how
so
will you
many
bench the
drafts.
best player in Derby or
Yeah,
somebody that always performs well against the top six or something?" I'm like, I'm just glad we won because then they won't be able to say it, and it was
yeah.
obvious. Because the thing is that even if we drew or lost that match, it is evident that he knows what he wants to do. Amorim now, he has his
Hmm.
style that he wants to play, and he is very strict with it. He is
Yeah,
my way first and always. He's not
yeah.
going to he's not going to change the style for
And
it. A
doesn't
lot of people
even
are saying
want to
he should
rely
change
on
that to
personnel either.
back to four defense. I'm like that. Like he said, you are just postponing the inevitable. He will just be like the other managers. So he will do
Hmm.
his own way, and he will get his way, and he will get
Hmm.
his rights. So
Exactly.
I
And
was think that, and I think one thing we should try and like, focus on now, not focus, but we should all be more of manager FC than player FC now. As much as I won't be happy to see Bruno being benched, in the likely scenario that Bruno is going to be benched, I would accept that because obviously I can see he means business. I can see he's very strict on who should start based on his own analysis on the opposition. Shey and if he feels whether it's non-disciplinary or not, Bruno
yeah,
doesn't deserve to start a particular match. I'll be very unhappy, but I would have to accept it. You get, and that is just how it should be going forward. We should not question him. As I always say, we do not know, we can't do their jobs better than them. So if he says that's who he wants to start, that is, we should just accept it like that.
yeah.
And that's
And I
that's.
wanted to mention something on the Rashford thing. It's funny because the same people that are saying Rashford is not good enough, that he's this, is that, are the same people that will have criticized the manager for not playing Rashford if, like, you understand, if we lost. So it's just very, very silly. And yeah, I agree. Like, everybody should be manager FC at this point because
Even as
we've
United,
changed everything else in the club, and it's time to just stick with one manager and just let the
even,
players go if they're not good enough.
exactly.
We've tried.
Even as United fans, we seem to overanalyze things a lot, even with the conspiracies and everything. Take for example the match in Czech Republic, the video of him in the bus resting his head on
Yeah.
the seat. Did you see it? That people were like, "Oh, he's
I
down."
didn't even
Like,
watch it. I knew it was going to be nonsense.
in my head, I'm like, bro, there are times where I'm in a bus or I'm in a cab and I rest my head on the chair for me and I'm pressing my phone. Like, he
Mm.
could be doing anything. He could be tired. He could just be resting. But we're just saying, oh, he's just, bro, they're just raising not something out of nothing.
See, United gets you
Yes.
clicks. That's just it. Because their players are doing
It's not
far
even,
worse.
that's the thing. It's not even journalists.
No,
It's,
look at
they are
people, even people on
fans.
Twitter with all these blue check people now, all these unfortunate people.
It's really silly. It's really
Yeah,
silly. And it's quite unfortunate. A lot of people just say a lot of rubbish because they know it's going to trigger like the majority.
yeah.
That's why I'll try my best to not respond to things like that or anything that has to be like
Honestly, for
Bruno
your own
slander.
mental health, self,
Bruno slander at this point is rage bait. Really,
it is.
you just want interactions. That's
That's
where it
all.
is. It's very
Fact.
silly at this point. Don't even bother, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or
At this point, I even block some people, though, honestly speaking, because I don't want to be even seeing the tweet sometimes. So I just block you.
yeah, yeah, but okay. Someone else I wanted to mention is Anthony. And remember when we were talking about Amorim's XI, I
Hmm.
said that either as a creator or on the right, like as a creator, he's going to be on the left because he's going to be whipping in the crosses. But does he have the facilities for that. He probably
Yeah.
does. But on the right as well, attacking, like you can see the energy he brings into the game when he comes on as like a sub. Like twice now he has come in. You could see the difference in his game and him actually driving the force of the attack. And we've
Yeah.
won both games that he came on as a sub. So like it's something to shout out.
Yeah, and when we were picking the XI, like no, not even down the episode where we picked the 11,
Mhm.
we were talking about players that could actually make something of themselves under Amorim, and then Anthony was one of the people we spoke about playing him in a wing back position,
In a wing back
and
position.
it's looking like it's working. And aside that, even I mentioned it the last time that I like Ahmad on that wing back position because it gives him so much room to run into. And I think
Yes.
Anthony is benefiting from that now as well. Because there like before there are people covering him, marking him, sometimes he just has to push the ball and just try his best to carry the ball as far as he
To
can.
carry on, yeah.
So I feel like it's helping him out with his like performances and all that. And I hope
He gets
he
that
builds
confidence
confidence.
to be able to beat the player, not just using his space. Because that's something
Precisely.
that Ahmad has. Like Ahmad can see himself in a tight
He find a
position.
way out.
I'm going to beat this guy, and he does that. So so it's quite refreshing to see in that aspect. I
Yeah.
just believe that if we're able to sort out the set piece issue, would improve because we are,
Drastically.
and in terms of XG considered, like we are at the top of it, like since Amorim. At the top, as in we are doing the best. Like we've considered the least amount of
Yeah.
XG, I believe. So
Yeah, we don't consider as many shots, and then even the goals we've considered, like goals you would never expect to like
yeah,
enter.
either if it's not set space, it's going to be like a silly goal, and even the
A
ones that are
deflection or
yeah,
something. Yeah,
yeah,
very silly goals.
it's just a few of them. So yeah,
Yeah,
next person that I want to talk about is Arsenal or Arteta. Arteta's
yeah,
Arsenal, you would say. And if you remember the last episode, I said that system of playing for set pieces is literally not sustainable.
yeah,
I understand if you want to do a bit of banter and you want to say cry or cry more, we'll keep scoring our set pieces now. It is okay if set piece is your strength, but where it is not okay is where that is your only strength. That is what you literally play for. You can't carry dark ass football to the devil now. He is the creator of it. You won't get anything from it.
carrying haram ball to Shaitan.
Lila, you can't now. He's the one that is he's the one influencing you. So you can't teach him his work.
Exactly. One thing I'll say is our new, what's it called again, Arteta and Yahoo. He needs to like the thing is when you believe in your set piece like ability so much that you become so reliant on it, your players become complacent. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Sometimes like they will have like under normal circumstances they'll make a different decision. But now that they know that their set pieces are so good, they'll play for a corner. Like Amorim said against us, like sometimes they were trying to just hit the ball off our player and let it go
Yeah.
for a corner and all that. So I'm like, when you get too relaxed, I feel like it dulls you to some extent. Because normally you might put it on your left leg and try to shoot, but you'll be like, "Ah, why not? Let me just get the corner and see what can happen from there."
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening to them currently, and I'm
And
here for it.
Lord may it continue.
Long may
Because
it
I,
continue.
I will be there.
We will
Inshallah, I
all
will
be
be there.
there. They're very silly. Ah,
So, another thing that I want to mention is Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans, they are doing something. They are trying to pretend like they're not. Look at me. See, you are in that title race.
Right. We are not in a title run. I'm just here to win games. I'm not fighting with anybody. I'm not see make Arsenal go carry the league or Liverpool or City. I don't I just want to
Yeah,
win.
you're just
I
saying
just
that
want to
because
play
you don't
good
want the
football.
pressure on yourself. You are in that. You cannot escape it. How many points between you and? I think it's just 2 points. Yeah,
it's
Liverpool
two.
have
It's two.
outstanding, but
No, no, no.
just 2 points.
Show them. Do
That
the eye
title
thing
race,
again. Do the
you
eye
are
thing
in it.
again.
You
Yes.
are.
Eh?
They can't escape because it doesn't make any sense. How can it be 2 points on the table? Oh my god! I just want to be here. I just want to win
Just happy to be
matches. I
here,
just want to get 3 points. Our goal is actually to be above top 14 and be in the top half of the table. As
bro.
in top half of the table is second.
Leave them. They think
You
were
you
kids that they are
think you're
whining.
wise.
Leave them.
We'll start pushing it. Chelsea,
See,
they're
see.
actually in the title
Let
race.
me let
To
me
be
tell
honest.
them something.
And in
Look,
terms of form, they are the forefront of it. In terms of
exactly,
form, they are the
exactly.
forefront.
And I
And look
like
at
to
their
tell
next few
them,
games, next 5 games, all walk in the parks. So I expect them to win another 5
yeah,
and
exactly.
be
And be top of the
dominating.
table.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's not what I want
potentially.
to see, but as title runners, this is
Oh,
what we expect you to
exactly,
do. So,
exactly. And
so that's it.
like, what I have to say to them is, look, you are in the title race now. you
Yeah,
cannot,
they
you
are.
cannot hide.
They are. Truthfully,
You
they
cannot
are.
hide.
They can't hide. In
Exactly.
fact, there's no need to pretend. It's all right.
If
You
they like, they
deserve
should be
it.
whining. Maybe when they win the league, they'll be like, we didn't want to win the league. Oh.
We
We
didn't, we
just won
didn't,
the
we didn't
league.
want to win the league.
We didn't
Oh.
want to win.
We just that's what it focus in football. It's just to play your games, go game after game. Jackson said he doesn't even check the table.
Yeah.
I know what you
We
are.
know what you are.
I know what you
The
are.
Joker.
You're right. Well, I think, yeah. I think that was just like everything for the last game week. Really enjoyable game week. Just made my weekend like awesome. Was just superb.
Nah,
Going
was
to work
calm.
Monday, Tuesday, nice. Everybody just like when your team wins, life is good. Life is chill. You can just relax.
Exactly.
Long may
Exactly.
it continue. Long may it continue. So,
Amen. Amen.
is there any other thing that you want to mention from the last game week before we go to?
Uh oh, there's one thing I wanted to touch on. Mike
Mhm.
Dean and the foul on Hoylund
Oh
saying not in this type of game. That is
no!
the
You
most
what?
idiotic
What
thing.
does that even mean?
Exactly.
What
It's the
does
most
that even
idiotic thing
mean?
I've ever heard. And Damo Gallagher went on Ref Talk or whatever and was trying to defend that
He's a
rubbish.
fraud now.
Ah,
He's a fraud.
what do you mean not in this kind of game? They've
What does
exposed
that
themselves.
mean? I don't understand. What does that actually mean?
If you ask me, who will I ask? They're very silly.
It's a foul, but it's not a foul in this kind of
This,
game.
do you see how foolish that
What
sounds?
is that? It doesn't even sound wise.
I see he didn't think it through. He just said it,
Hey.
and they've exposed themselves. Anything that happens now, we're going to be on their asses.
It's actually very silly and Pigma will
Yeah,
not say
it was
anything
very
about it.
infuriating. When I read it, I was like, is it mad? Is it
Is
crazy?
that an actual answer that you are giving me?
Ah,
Eh,
3 points on the line. My team is in a mess, and you're telling me not in this kind of game.
Not in this kind of game.
Ah,
It would
Manchester
have been
Derby is the same
something
as any other
else. It
game
would have
now.
been something else if it was like the follow through or he made contact with the ball or something. Nothing.
Nothing
No
at all.
contact with the ball.
Took the man
Just
down.
the human being and brought
Ah,
him down. It's
bro,
like,
and he wrapped his leg around him. Do you get?
God,
And then the
God.
thing that pained me is that you're saying not in this kind of match for this. But I remember last season when Hoyland was grappling someone, I think it was either Ruben Diaz or Haaland,
Yeah,
that they gave a penalty for
they
that.
gave a penalty
Also, you
for it.
can give that in this kind of match, but you can't give. Come on, what do you mean? Nah,
Ah, nah,
but
that
we
was
won. We
very,
won, so we
very.
can overlook it.
Yeah, we can smile. If not, would you be
Even though
very?
they were fighting against us.
Okay, so we're going to start with the predictions or delusions. Try to get the scores. And the first game is Aston Villa Man City.
John Duran's on form. I'll say 2-1 Villa again.
Okay, I'll say 2-0 Villa. Brentford, Nottingham Forest.
I'll give them a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Brentford at home, so I would say Brentford should win the game 2-1.
Very good
Next
team, by the
match
way.
is Ipswich Newcastle.
Okay. 1-0 Newcastle.
1-0 Newcastle.
Hmm.
2-1 Newcastle.
All right.
Oh no, 3-1 Newcastle. 3-1 Newcastle. West Ham Brighton.
Okay. Hmm. 3-2 Brighton.
3-2 Brighton. So a 1-1 draw in that match. Next game, Crystal Palace, Arsenal.
You see, if Arsenal were in a title race, I'd have said Crystal Palace would scatter things, but
Hmm.
I think Crystal
There's a
Palace
bit,
winning this one two
there's a
one.
bit of pressure off. 2-1 to who?
Palace.
2-1 to Palace.
Yeah,
No. 2-0 to Palace. I mean, 2-0 to Arsenal. Sorry.
you're so confident. No, no,
2-0,
no, no, no. We'll see.
2-0 to Arsenal, yeah.
Okay.
Sunday's match, Everton, Chelsea.
Hmm. Hmm. It's an interesting one. I'll
Yes.
say Chelsea to win 2-0.
You know what? I'm usually a madman a bit of the time. So I would say
Most
Fairs. Fairs most of the time. I think in a weird way, Everton should win this
man, I hope you're right.
1-0. I think Everton will win this
Nice.
game 1-0. I don't know why. I just have that gut feeling.
I want it to happen. Even though I predicted the opposite, I want it
I
to
mean,
happen.
Palmer is my captain on FPL, but
And you take this week for the team.
I will gladly take it. But Everton should win this game 1-0. Don't know
Okay.
why I'm after. Next game is Fulham, Southampton.
Ooh, Fulham to win 3-0.
Fulham to win 2-0. Next match is Leicester, Wolves.
Leicester Wolves. El Sakiko. Okay, they've sacked
No, they've
everybody
sacked
now. No, they've sacked both of them already. So
No, it's Van Nistelrooy is in Leicester.
no, I mean like they've sacked the
Oh,
previous.
okay,
They
they've
both
sacked
sacked
both.
the
Yeah, yeah,
managers this
yeah,
season.
yeah.
So I think Wolves are in disarray. I think Root takes it. Leicester takes it 2-1.
Wolves are in disarray in terms of external.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PG
they
Mo.
still perform well.
So
They
does
still,
Leicester to some extent.
I think Leicester will lose the game 2-1. So Wolves to win 2-1.
Okay.
The next game, United Bournemouth.
3-1 United.
I think we should win 1-0. I think we'll
Hmm.
just find it difficult to score and we'll just be playing because Bournemouth are on form as well in terms of how they play. Maybe they don't win
Yeah.
all the games, but they play really well as well.
Yeah. I'm just
So,
basing mine on how I don't think they can handle our attack when we're free flowing. So that's why I give us the 3.
yeah. But they'll be compact with their defending too as well. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
we'll be controlling the possession. So that's why I said it's just finding that chance. So we might
I
have a few chances, but I think we would be able to
I
convert.
believe we will take those chances.
All right then.
Very
Wait
confident.
and see. So Super Sunday match, we have Spurs Liverpool.
If it was possible, can't both of them just lose? Liverpool beat Spurs 2-0.
For me, Liverpool to win 3-1. And yes, with that, we've come to the conclusion of this episode. And we hope to see you in the next one. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments as well on what you think about the discussions we've had. If you're listening on Spotify and you don't have the notification on, remember to switch on your notification, leave your comments, share, and like as well. And we will see you in the next episode.